Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my video today. And just want to shoot a little pre-Christmas, pre-holiday video for you guys to help you maybe navigate the holidays a little bit easier, make it a little bit smoother. And I know for me, I always look forward to the holidays for rest, rejuvenation. It's a peaceful, cheerful time of year. Look forward to that. And for some reason, it never turned out that way. Never turned out the way I always set it up to be. But this year could be different for you, and I'd like to help you provide two tools here I got for you that might make it a little bit easier to have that, to create that, and have a nice rejuvenating, joyful time of year that this is supposed to be. So the first tool I have for you, and I got these tools and I use these through what's called Access Consciousness, and it's a system that I use it's very pragmatic tools to help facilitate consciousness, to basically make your life a lot easier. Anyway, this first tool, and what I want you guys to get is a lot of what you perceive, a lot of judgments. When we go home, we're around family, friends, during the holidays, we perceive a lot of judgments. A lot of times we think there are judgments. Sometimes they are, but most of the time, we're perceiving other people's judgments and their conclusions, their points of view. And they can be upsetting. And what I want you to realize is that they may not actually be yours. See, you might actually be a lot more empathic than you realize, like sensitive, or you pick up on a lot of other people's energies, beliefs, emotions, judgments. And so what I want you to be aware of, and when you're around family, friends this holiday, over the holidays, be aware of this. Whatever shows up, if you're around family, around friends, whatever starts showing up within you, the first thing I want you to ask is, who does this belong to? Okay? Because 95% of your thoughts, feelings, emotions actually belong to others. They belong to the collective consciousness of other people's thoughts, emotions, judgments around you. It also might belong to someone from years ago that implanted them within you. A thought, emotion, a judgment, a conclusion that you bought, that you think is yours, but it's not. And when you ask, who does this belong to? So let's just say you're feeling, something comes up, you're just feeling like you're judging someone, or feeling judged by someone else. They made you feel bad about yourself. Maybe one of your parents is they have expectations for you when you come home, and if you're not fulfilling their expectation, it's kind of a judgment you might be perceiving for them. Ask, who does this belong to? Okay? Who does this belong to? If it lightens up at all, it's not yours. If it lightens up, it's not yours. So say, I return it now to sender. Back to sender, with consciousness or love. With consciousness or love. I like to say both. And it's gone. It goes back to the person it originated from, for them to resolve it. If it comes back, if it gets heavier again, same thing. It might be yours. You might have to do a little bit of work. You might just have to say, okay, so that which does belong to me here, just going to surrender it up. Just going to say, okay, universe, I give this to you, and just put it into a bubble and just let it go. Imagine it just going up into the heaven, or into the light, and it's done. So that's the first thing, and that's really, really valuable for this time of year, because there's a lot of heaviness this time of year, for whatever reason. A lot of people are getting together. There's a lot of expectations, a a lot of judgments, conclusions, points of view, opinions, and can be a really heavy, kind of a depressing time for a lot of people. This tool can just lighten up your holidays like you wouldn't believe. You know, if you want your holidays to be a rejuvenating, relaxing time, this tool can unlock energy that you're using. That you're using all this energy you're sapping your energy because you're putting all your energy into these judgments that you think are yours, and so you're reacting to them. You're judging yourself, and you start judging others, and that saps a lot of energy. Saps a lot of energy judging others, your conclusions. What if you didn't have to defend a point of view? Like, what if you're one of your parents, what if a friend, what if a family member says something to you that kind of bugs you? But what if you didn't have to? What if it didn't have to? And so this leads into my next tool, interesting point of view. Okay? Let's say that family member, friend, they say something that's kind of judgmental, that hurts your feelings a little bit. It's just, it just gut-wrenching. What if you could just say interesting point of view? You don't have to say it to them, but just inside, quietly to yourself. Interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Interesting point of view, they have this point of view. Okay? So do something with me real quick. Okay? Think of a situation right now, within the past few days, where someone may have said something to you. You had an upset with someone. Maybe you're holding a little bit of grudge, and there's a little bit of resentment or anger there. Get that energy right now. And what I want you to do is say to that energy, focus on it, feel where it's at. It's probably in your gut, in your stomach area. And say that to that energy. And you can even think of that person too, the person you had the upset with. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. You can say either one. Interesting point of view, they have this point of view, or interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Either one really works. If they say something to you that upsets you, you can say interesting point of view, they have this point of view. If it's like, oh, I'm really upset about this and I'm reacting to this, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Okay? Say to that energy right now, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. And what happens to it? Okay? Say it again. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Okay, and whatever's left of that energy, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Okay, and keep going. When you're in the moment, when you're feeling that energy, you might have to say it 10 times, but it'll just dissolve. It'll go away. The energy will no longer be there. This can make your life so much easier. I mean, for me, I walk around in a meditative state because it's such a state of calm and space because I just say this all day long. It's like a mantra for me. I just go around, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Anything that shows up, any thought, feeling, emotion, judgment, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. Say it a couple times and it just goes away. These are two really, really powerful tools. Very simple. Very simple. Don't be fooled by the simplicity. And use them. Sometimes the simpler things we don't use them because they're too simple. They're very powerful. Okay? One last thing before we go. How many of you go home over the holidays and you have these perceived expectations of who you're supposed to be? You know, you go around and see friends or family you haven't seen in a while. And so they have these, perceived expectations of who you're supposed to be. And that really how much does that serve you, not being who you are? That takes a lot of energy to put on a face, to be fake. It takes a lot of your energy to not be who you are, to be authentically you. I really want to drive that home. Please, 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 go home for the holidays, go be around friends and family, and show people who you are as a being, without the fronts, without without the expectations of, oh, I have to act a certain way, or I have to be a certain person around this person because they expect something of me. And these two tools can be really integral in helping that and actually mitigating that or dissolving that, because you can actually, interesting point of view, I had this point of view, interesting point of view, they have this point of view, that they have expectations of you. And who does this belong to loosen up any of that expectation or any of that judgment that you might be perceiving from other, because you're going to perceive other people's, their expectations of you, their judgments. You're going to feel it within you, and you're going to think they're yours. You're going to start judging yourself. And what I'm saying is, ask, who does this belong to first? Return it to sender, and then use the other one, interesting point of view, for everything. And I promise you, use these two tools, and your holidays are going to be a lot lighter, a lot more cheerful, more joyful. The way the holidays and the spirit of this season is supposed to be. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be heart-centered, full of love. So, thanks for listening, and have a wonderful, magical holiday season. Okay? Get ready for 2013. It's going to be an awesome year. All right? Take care.